Hey peeps, it's Jedd here from Disrupt Tutoring, and as always, it's such a pleasure to join you. Today we're going to deal with a question that tries to compare congruent triangles with similar triangles. Now they've asked us, in the figure below, PS is parallel to QR. So PS is parallel to QR. They have then said to us which one of the following statements is true for the figure. Now I'm going to go through each of them and we're going to eliminate the ones that are incorrect and hopefully be left with the one that is correct. Starting off with A, they've said to us triangle PTS, which is that triangle over there, is congruent. So that sign over there means congruent. Congruent means that the two shapes are exactly the same. Exactly the same in every way. Same size sides, same size angles, everything about the shapes are the same. So let's have a look at those two triangles. PTS and PQT. Now, with the naked eye, these two triangles don't look exactly the same. So on that basis, I'm going to disqualify A. Moving on to B, triangle PTS. So we've got that one again. And triangle RTQ. So we've got this one, RTQ. If I look at these two triangles, it seems this triangle is smaller than this triangle, and therefore they are not exactly the same. And that means B cannot be the right answer. Moving on to C, they've changed the symbol now to represent similarity. So when two triangles are similar, it means that the sides are in a constant ratio, or the corresponding sides are in a proportional ratio. All right, so there's a constant ratio between the sides. That's one thing. And secondly, that the corresponding angles are all of equal size. So corresponding angles are equal. So let's see which triangles they're speaking about here. So they've said to us PTS and SRT. So this one and this one. Now, if we look at those two triangles, they could very well be similar. I don't necessarily think they are because they don't really look like they've got the same size angles, but we don't have enough information really to prove it either right or wrong. Okay, so I'm going to move on to D to see if it's easier to prove. So let's have a look at D. So they've said to us triangle PTS, so this one again, and triangle RTQ, so this one. All right, so this is very interesting. Remember, there's two ways that you can prove whether triangles are similar. The first way is to prove that the corresponding sides are in a constant ratio. So there's a constant ratio between the corresponding sides. The second way is to prove that corresponding angles are equal. Now in this one, we can't use the sides because they haven't given us the size lengths. So it's very difficult for us to try and figure out whether the sides are in a constant ratio. What they have given us, and it's a hint, they've said to us that there's this parallel line, this PS and QR, which they've marked with the little arrows. That means we can start using some of our angle theorems. The very first thing that I want you to notice is this angle T over here. What do you notice about T? So T is equal. The two angles are equal to each other. How do we know? Because those are vertically opposite angles. That's the first thing to note. Now I want you to look at the parallel side specifically. So I've got a parallel line here, and I've got a parallel line there, and I've got this transversal cutting through them. Do you see the shape it's making? That shape should immediately trigger alternate angles in your head. So I'm going to change the color again, and we know that that angle is equal to that angle because of alternate angles being the same. The last thing is exactly the same thing as we've just done. Do we see the other Z? So we've got the transversal cutting through the two parallel lines. That means those two angles are the same as well. So we can mark that angle is the same as that angle. So now what do we have? We've got two triangles that have the exact same sized angles in the corresponding spots, which means that those two triangles must be similar. So that means our answer for this question would be D, because we've proven that the two triangles are similar, which means C is obviously incorrect. Very special thank you to our sponsors for making this video possible. Thank you to you, and if you want more of these types of videos, head over to our website, or you can send us a question and we'll respond with a personalized video just for you. Until the next time, stay epic.